Hey, YouTubers, it's Tony with Mayberry Mini Trucks. This is the Saturday, November the 8th, 2025 shipment video. We have one more vehicle that we'll do another time, and we'll call that the Sunday or Monday video, depending upon when that one is videoed. So we have 6 vehicles here in today's video. It is an absolutely gorgeous day. How many times have I looked up at the canopy at this time of year and just said, guys, check this out? Well, once again, guys, check this out. Is this not absolute? And the mini trucks enhance the beauty of the scene. But look at this. Just incredible. Now the leaves, and that's a maple. You can see they're yellow. And the translucence of the leaves, like headlight doors, some of you may know what I'm talking about. Um, they just put off an even more beautiful show. Look at that. Okay, so Mayberry Mini Trucks got the law passed in North Carolina. We were the very first one in the United States of America to do so, making K trucks, or KEI, pronounced K trucks, street legal. So we testified before the House and Senate Transportation Subcommittees in Raleigh and lobbied the governor, Governor Cooper, and he did sign the bill into law. Hello, Binley. Hello. Yes, that is our family dog. And the Mayberry Mini Trucks dog. And so we got the law passed, and you will get a title. Now, there is no extra charge for the title. If you see a price on the truck or the car, we may have a car here and there, but mostly trucks. And it's, let's just say it says $7,800 or $8,800 on the windshield or on the sticker that shows the price. That is all you pay. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, if I were the customer, that would be music to my ears because now I know, oh, 7,800. I gotta have $7,800 in my pocket, or 8,800, or whatever. If you buy a unicorn, it's gonna be more money because a unicorn is a gorgeous, beautiful truck. I don't know if we have a unicorn today. I haven't really looked at these yet, but they will cost more because we had to pay more for them. We do deliver, and Mayberry Mini Trucks does deliver mini trucks this week. I'm delivering trucks. I think I've got one for South Carolina. I don't know that I'm going to get to that one this week. But anyway, we do deliver. It's $2.50 per mile one way. So it's to accommodate the sale of the vehicle because not everybody has a trailer or even has the time to come over here to pick it up, strap it down, and then go back and all that. Uh, so if you live 200 miles away, it's $500. And the other thing is, if you're a long distance customer, we talk, narrow down to what it is that you need. And I help give my qualified opinion along the way if it's warranted or if it's wanted. Sometimes people say, this is what I want, and they just buy that. But usually people having not been acclimated with mini trucks in the past, they want some guidance. And here I go. I was a certified financial planner for 29 years. And so I'm very adept at counseling people, and I try to be tactful because with that I was dealing with people's entire life savings and future, which was a very sobering topic, very very serious, and I just do the same thing with mini trucks. That's how we became so successful. Is I get up early, I do what I commit to do. Simple. And when I do it, I do my best. So that is such a simple recipe, but so few people actually do that. That's what makes competition no problem, no big deal. Um, And boy, do I go down rabbit trails. So where was I? So you pay whatever the price is on the windshield. That's it. There's no dock fee, no admin fee, no title fee. I can't stand it when you go to a car dealer and you say, "Oh, I love that car. That's the car I want." Oh, it's 28,000 or whatever. Um, I can do that. I can do that. I'll take that car. And then you sit down and the paperwork comes and it's $33,192. It's like, wait, how do we get $5,192 higher? And then oh, well, we have to charge a dock fee and an admin fee and a processing fee and a title fee. It's the law. And it's like, come on, man. So they started saying, and they sometimes, now they're like, it's the law. It's like, no, it is not the law. That is so bogus. Um, Anyway, so that's an 80s term. It's so bogus. And so my point is, we don't play games with our customer. We're a game free zone. So you pay what it says. And I'm going to get with it here. I'm going to stop rabbit trailing. And but what else is important? We service our trucks. We use 5W30 full synthetic engine oil. We change the engine oil with full synthetic 5W30, a new air filter, new oil filter. We check the 80W90 gear oil in the front diff, the rear diff, the transmission, the transfer case. If it's manual, if it's automatic transmission, we check it with the automatic transmission fluid. But we don't change those. We only change the engine oil because those other systems are pretty much sealed systems and they don't get dirty, obviously, like the internal combustion engine does. But synthetic oil is a super, super good move. We've done it for 15 years. We've always used synthetic oil. And yes, it is expensive. But once again, that's the way you do it. And let's see what else. If the four-wheel drive doesn't work, like we haven't test driven these yet, or if they don't have good power, about 30% of mini trucks, they need something. And so we're not going to just put lipstick on the truck and say, hey, this is nice. We're actually going to get the important things dialed in first, then we will make it available for sale. We also sell wheels and tires just because that's a difficult thing for the consumer to find correctly. The offset, the bolt pattern, the aspect ratio of the tires. Those are the three main things. And of course the diameter of the wheel and tire. But so there's four things. But we do stock wheels and tires. I think they're $1,000 for a set, $40 to install them. I'm pretty sure it's $40, $10 a tire or wheel package. And so we do all that. What else? So let's get started. All right. So we do have a fall decorative plan today. And this is the first vehicle, DA52T. So let's go ahead and let's check this out. First, we're going to go around the periphery of the windshield. And we have a little scuff there where it's surface rust because the paint's scuffed. No big deal, but worth pointing out. The exact same thing right there, which leads me to think that that's a factory thing, so that the paint was sprayed thinner there. But it's not a big deal. Beautiful, beautiful perimeter here. Um, that is a scratch, and you might be wondering, why are you showing a scratch? That has no dings, no dings. Beautiful. Well, the answer to that question, a very valid question, is because we like to show exceedingly detailed videos of the trucks. Boy, is that front bumper pretty. The whole hood is beautiful. The fender, ding free. Nice looking tire. Okay, let's look at the inner fender. Beautiful, beautiful. I think those are just surface rust spot. Oh no, actually, is that dirt? Yes, that's dirt. Never mind. Okay, now coming down. Whoa. Binley is the Mayberry Mini Truck's dog, and she is perpetually happy. Aren't you, Binley? You're always happy. You have so much to teach us. Yes, you do. Meaning, don't take life so seriously that it makes you unhappy. Binley manages to, keep the main thing and enjoy life. And I have a lot to learn from my dog. All right. So now, coming down, looking at the door, I need to ding free, guys. The whole door. Let me make sure that's correct. Yep. But we do have an impression right there. That knocks it out of unicorn status. Beautiful. We have a chip, a paint chip there and there. Okay. Now, the bedside panel, ding free. Ding free. Ding free. Now, let's look underneath. Man, look at that frame. Nice tire. On the 99 and 2000, look at that patina on that bracket. That Japanese gold patina. Beautiful. I like what they did to the frames on the 99 2000 Suzuki's. Now, I hope he put the cap on that oil. Ah, let's check. Okay. I should have checked it first. This is just dirt. Just dirt. So that'll all come off when the truck is cleaned. No problem. Okay. But there's no rust. Just where the paint was rubbed and you have surface rust. No big deal. I mean, you would expect that there would be scratches on the interior of the bed because that's where the stuff is put when you're transporting. But the scratches are not bad, pretty minimal. But there's no structural concern, I think, is the main thing worth worth pointing out. Now, I want you to see. I can see this is out a little further than this for whatever reason. And at Mayberry Mini Trucks, we have um, some very sophisticated equipment to deal with issues just like that. And I'm going to demonstrate for you as part of value added content on our YouTube videos, which may make you want to subscribe. Please hit subscribe. Oh, big deal. We just hit 10,000 subscribers. Oh man, I've been asking you guys to get us to 10,000 for we're not a big channel, obviously, but we just hit 10,000. So that has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you. So thank you. Thank you. And for those of you who have yet to subscribe, please hit subscribe. And but I'm happy at 10,000. And Binley would say, don't think you've got to get to 11. Just be happy with 10,000. All right. So now here is our sophisticated way of straightening that out. Look at that. Actually, that was an over. There it is, right there. That is absolute micrometer like perfection. Nice. And you wipe it off. That's the next. Look at that. So square. Okay, now here we have a crease, meaning it has made an impression and a scratch, but no impression here. Beautiful. Save that crease. Very nice. Beautiful. Look at that, guys. Man, is that nice. Huh. Whoever had it fastened these down with stainless steel hardware so that they don't ever come off. I kind of like that because I've seen huh, hundreds and hundreds of them come off because the glue gives way. They use a good glue. This is ding. No, it's not. One ding from the inside out right there. The rest of it is beautiful. Look at that mud flap. Nice tire. Nothing there. It has a cover there blocking it. Very nice. Now, the door post on the passenger side. Guys, that is ding free. It's easier to see because the sun is not shining on it so strong. The tires on this truck are really nice. I would say very good. Beautiful. And again, remember that is dirt, not rust. Oh, there's the engine. Nice. That's a three-cylinder, fuel injected, which is kind of a new thing. Not that big of a deal. There's the battery on the Suzuki. Oh, this is an automatic. Look at that. Well, obviously, look at that. Okay, very nice. It has air conditioning. Wow. Wonder if it works. Seat is up, which would imply that the battery is dead. Um, but I did buy a battery jump box. I bring a battery jump box just in case. Huh, no, I wonder why the seat was up. Nice. All right, so let's see if the air will. Yes, it engaged. Wow, it's getting cool pretty darn quickly. Nice. Well, the air conditioning works, and let's see. This is a two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. This is a two-wheel drive. So this is a nice two-wheel drive, automatic air-conditioned Suzuki Carry. It does have a split on the seat there. Let's look under here. This is your soundproofing under there sticking to the mat, but it's nice under there. Just a few spots of surface rust. Nothing to be concerned about. Beautiful. Automatic. Well, let's look under the hood real quick. I'm going to keep moving here, though. Nice. Nice. I really like what Suzuki did here. They just really hit it. Next vehicle. Oh, same thing. Suzuki. This is DB52T, which means four-wheel drive. Okay, so this is DB52T237090. Coming around the periphery. Look at that. The same exact thing. You might think that it's a factory issue. We don't have it there. So that might mean this has less miles, or when they drove it, there was just fewer abrasives on the road, like sand or something, to, you know, just piece by piece chip away at that already thin paint that the factory sprayed on that spot. So it's one of the two, either the location that it was driven, or perhaps the speed that it was driven, but probably also miles that it was driven. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Guys, ding free. Now the fender, nice looking headlight. The fender does have a little impact. Not bad, but I see it, and hoping you can too. Not bad though. Okay, now, wow, ding free, ding free. I believe this is ding free. Just check, making it dirty, but ding free. Man, oh man, a good tire. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, wow, ding free. Wow, that's a nice tire. I wonder if this one is nice also, and not just good. Yeah, that's actually a very nice tire. That's a very good tire. The dirt filling the tread made me think it was just good, but it's very good. All right. Boy, what a beautiful bed. No rust, just scratches, right? But again, not a big deal. Nice, nice, nice bed. Okay. Frame, gorgeous. Look at the patina. That gold patina is what is called a leading indicator of what is to come. Okay, so we do have an impact right there. Like now, that you can see how it's kind of bent in right there. All right, so I'm going to get in here and fix that and show you how that's done. Now, I want you to notice something. That bend is still there a little bit, maybe, but it's pretty much all gone. And all I did was I knocked it with my foot. I mean, it's very simple. This is a work truck. It's not a Maserati, so I don't feel like I'm committing some form of heresy by abusing the K truck. But okay, so we do have an impression. These are spot welds at the factory, but that's an impression, a gentle impression. So if you wanted to, you could. Oh, that's a beautiful tailgate. Man, we have a tiny little ding right here now. Isn't that something? That's like body work on the fly. Justin, are you getting this? He's a body man. Boy, that's nice. Beautiful. Looking good. All right. That's so funny because it was a dent, but now it's a ding here and a ding here. I pushed out the center with my hand, the meat of my hand. Boy, I'll tell you. That is, I don't know why that impresses me, but I really like the fact that it actually worked. This is ding free, guys. Unbelievable. Nice tire. I'm in such a good mood today. Ah, I don't want to get into a story again. I'm such a storyteller. But why I'm in such a good mood? Well, let me tell you why. Because it's good to share good stuff with people. All right, so the bottom of that bed looked nice. The frame looked good. Beautiful undercoating on the frame rail itself. Coming down the doorpost, we have a scratch, but the paint is not scratched off. It's just a mark scratch. Beautiful. Wow. A very good tire, just filled with mud right now, so it's a little deceiving. Nice looking fender. Beautiful. Um, huh. I wonder why they're lifting all the seats up on these Suzuki Carries. Again, same engine as before. Straight drive, manual transmission, 5 speed, and there is our four-wheel drive. Now this, here's the pattern: high wheel two, high wheel four, neutral, low range four-wheel drive. Oh, this has an air conditioning button. I wonder if that one works. Oh, look at that. Man, I could eat lunch off of that. Look at that door panel. Man, is that pretty. Boy, did this have that dent on the other side below the door? No, that was the other truck. Oh, nice. That was the other truck. Oh, oh, this does have an impression right there. I don't know. And a ding here and a ding here. That's let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, no. See, a unicorn is a very, very serious topic, not to be used irresponsibly. So if a truck has a ding here and a ding here, maybe a ding over there. Now that's almost pushing it right there. But that knocks it out when combined with the other things, in a cumulative sort of way. So, all right, not a unicorn, but boy, does it want to be. Oh, Suzuki, you got to push in the clutch. This does have a clutch safety switch. Yeah. Oh, 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 barely. The battery's a little weak, but hey, if I was on the deck of a ship going across the Pacific with no food and no water, I'd be pretty weak too. 51, 51, 565, or is that what that says? Oh, yeah. 51, 565. And I can tell the alternator works because I turned on the headlights and I could hear it start singing even louder. What was this mileage on this truck? I can tell this alternator works too. You can hear it. You can hear the so 49 334. Nice. All right. Now, yeah, let's look under here. Beautiful. Man, is that nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just tearing the seat that they did take the time to patch up or stitch, I should say. Oh, air conditioning. Let's see if it works. Oh, it turned on. Let's see if it gets cold. Yes, it's getting cold. Guys, so that's 32,000 or 31,700 miles, something like that. Nice and low. That's what you want. 31,000 miles is low miles. I used to say below 40,000, like 8 or 10 years ago, but now we've tightened our standards. We always tighten our standards. We never loosen our standards. We always go the other way. We tighten our standards. Um, Beautiful. Wow. All right. Next. Oh, another one. DB52T 237424. Huh, there we go. All right. Going around the windshield. Huh, there it is again. That's the weak spot. I guess that's what gets hit on the roadway when you're driving. Pebble peck, pebble peck, pebble peck. We're a pebble pecks. And on the road, a pebble comes up, goes ding, and then that's the first thing to give surface rust. Um, no dings on the vehicle, but some pebble pecks. All right. That should all pretty much wash off. That's just dirt, all that stuff. Nice looking bumper, but a good looking front, but not terrible. But you can see they painted that. So the pebble pecks bothered the previous owner, so they spray painted it. And that is one of the key differences between Japan and the United States. Did you know we had TV Tokyo come out here and do a documentary on Mayberry mini trucks twice? They did it 2 years ago, I think, and then they did it 4 or 5 months ago. They had a producer, they had the cameraman and a drone capability, and then they had the personality who is like, how would you say, the popular person in Japan that everybody recognizes and knows. And but hey, that's pretty cool. They came to Mayberry, and then they went downtown. And all right, all right, all right. So, but I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to bring it up on our YouTube channel. 'Cause, all right. So this has surface rust, where it got scratched, pecked, pecked. Again, nothing structural as of yet. Now we do have structural here. So you can see where it was impacted right there, and it has rust here. Let's look at the inside of the door. You can see rust right there, where that is rusted. The corner of the door is rusted off. So that is a thing. Huh, yeah, funny. So you have impact there. I just hit it, and it made it much better. Okay, I wonder if I need to stop doing that. But hey, it improves it. This is a farm grade truck. Um, and you can see where I'm talking about. That has rust right there, and surface rust there. So, wonder why Justin bought this. This has impact there and wear there. I guess he bought it because he wants to get a farm grade truck for the farmers. And as far as the door is concerned, it looks good. I mean, again, I'm going to be careful with my adjectives. Um, that looks good. It's got some scuffs, a scratch here and a scuff here. Surface rust, that's called seam rust, where they welded and the carbon content of the welding rod or spot weld, whatever you want to say. That is pretty nice seam between the floor of the bed and the back of the cab. No rust there. So really, this bed looks good, and they put some rebar there. Isn't that funny? I wonder if that's metric or standard. That looks like 3/8, and that looks like 1/2 inch, but it may be that the 3/8 is actually, like 9 millimeter or 10 millimeter. All right, so this has a smattering of dings across, just like nothing dented, but dinged. Okay. This bedside panel, um, has one ding right there. Good tire. Flip it underneath. So this has surface rust there, surface rust on the frame, surface rust on the cab corner. Surprisingly, the bottom of the bed looks really good. There's the bed supports surface rust only, no cancer. We have a crease there, a crease borderline dent, and a scratch there leading up to the crease where the main impact was, an impression there. Nice doorpost. No dents, but scratch, surface rust. Um, and aside from the impression I just pointed out, there are no other dents, but we have surface rust there, and surface rust under there. Now let's open the door, and you can see the same thing. He or she painted the handle. I'm sorry, painted the door, and because of the surface rust issue, to try to slow it down, which is a good idea. But you can see they didn't tape it off. They just because they were more interested in protecting it than covering up damage. But here in the United States, if we see spray paint or undercoating on the bottom of the truck, it's like, oh, somebody's hiding something. Well, that's usually not the case in Japan. They're actually trying to preserve it. And my opinion is a qualified opinion. How many mini trucks? We've done over 8,000 mini trucks over the last 15 years. More than I've owned more mini trucks than anyone else in the United States of America. What a weird thing to say. It's true, but it feels strange to say that. So, therefore, my opinion is a qualified opinion. That's the point that I'm making. So, this is pretty. I'm not going to take the time to fit that up. Um, all right. There's the engine again, same thing as before. Oh, this came with air too. Boy, Justin, you're hitting it out of the park. This is our farm grade truck. So let's see if it works. That was depressed, so that's a good sign. Oh, I gotta push it. Oh. The Suzuki's have a clutch safety switch. Unbelievable. 37,782. 37,782. So that's like 23,000 original miles. Does that work? That's the question. Yes, that air conditioning is cold. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wonder what's in here. Nothing. All right. Nice seat. Nice seat. Let's look at the driver's side. Beautiful. Meaning no splits or dings. We have some surface rust right there. Surface rust, not rust through, as was the case on that corner. And here, nice. No rust. We have a tear in the seat there and a tear in the seat there. Low miles, though. Air conditioning, four-wheel drive, 5-speed, 2-speed transfer case. Very nice under the hood. Very nice bed. And really, it's a good truck, but it's a farm grade truck. Farm grade truck. Another one. There is the VIN number. Now let's go around the periphery here. So I think perimeter versus periphery. What's the difference? The perimeter is a location, like a a place that you can put your hand on and define. The periphery is a description of a location, I think. Boy, I don't know. I've got to look that up. I don't know why. I've been asking myself that question for years on these videos. I just got to get the answer and quit blathering on about it and actually know. Guys, this is ding free. Beautiful bumper. Wow, that bumper's nice. That bumper is beautiful. It pops. It pops. It really has a nice luster, is what I'm trying to say. No rust around the windshield, no dings on the front, and a beautiful front bumper. Pretty on the pillar coming down, and that fender. Wow, ding free. Look at that white color matched handle. That is kind of, I think that's worthy of mention. Oh, color matched mirror. Wow, nice. And it's a four-wheel drive. That said DB earlier, I think. Um, Now I'm starting to be able to see the almost the condition of the door without doing this. Um, Beautiful, beautiful. Ding free, guys. A good tire with a little emphasis on the word good. In other words, the tread is there. Oh, look at that paint dot. That is a water-based paint dot from the factory. If that's still there, that means this thing had a gentle life. Meaning it was not sandblasted off on the highway. Man, look at that doorpost. That is so pretty. All right, I've got to do this. Ooh, ding free. Ha ha. Wow. Look at this bed. Wow. Look at this bed. Oh, look at that. Oh, my word. That is so pretty. What a gem. And they had something there for some reason. I have no idea. Obviously, I don't know the backstory on that. It's really nice. Pretty. Beautiful. Boy, whoever had this truck really, really babied it. Just babied it. Looking really good back there. Okay, let me do this. Okay, being there, you know what I think about a lot are all the deliveries I've made. Guys, I have made thousands and thousands of deliveries over the years. I used to live out of my Silverado, and I have a memory foam mattress still in there that I would sleep on because I'd go all over the eastern half of the United States and deliver these things. And when you've done thousands of deliveries, you just I was like in a zone, in a fog, just work, 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 and sleep in my truck more than half the time. And so I came home and slept in my bed less than half the time for, like 4 years, I think. But it was the intensity followed kind of a curve, a curve with a zenith, and then came down to now, which I do fewer deliveries. But I think of the places I've been and the people I've met, and every delivery was special. And you meet the people who haven't seen it in person, and you show up with it, and they're always happy because we do such a good job of qualifying the truck for the customer, educating the consumer, because an educated consumer is the best customer. And I think of all the places, and I just thought of a guy in Chicago. It was outside of Chicago. One person was in Chicago. Everybody else is on the on the periphery. And but I think about it, and it happens all the time. I'll be driving and somebody will pop into my mind, and I'll say, "I remember that person." Farmers, professionals. I mean, just incredible. What an experience. What an absolute privilege. All right. Ding, ding from the inside out. Beautiful. So why am I in such a good mood? Our family pet. I went I went last week. I went to my sailboat. Yeah, and I'm a sailor. And I sail. And I grew up sailing as a kid with my dog in the sunfish. And oh, it's another story. I almost killed the family dog by capsizing the boat. I was like 9 years old. We have a ding from the inside out there. And so I go sailing. That's it. The rest of it's beautiful. And I go, nice mud flap. I go sailing this past week. So I was gone for, I think it was 11 days. And my daughter Hannah says, Dad, we can't find Stella. And Stella's the family cat, you know. And so we have pets to, be our companion. Nice under there. And we get attached to our pets, right? And and coming down the door post, and she said Stella's gone. I haven't seen her for a week. I'm like, oh, no way. That's not paint missing. That's a mark on the paint. And so, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe she'll show up. And actually, when she told me, it had been 4 or 5 days. So she's been gone for 4 or 5 days. I'm like, all right, well, she'll probably show up, but she's not one to stay gone. So that did concern me. And I'm out on anchor with Stephanie in the middle of nowhere. And no dings, no dents. Look at that factory water-based paint. That is nice. And so, you know, I'm getting kind of bummed out, and I start, really, really not liking the way that's going. And but you have to realize, or I have to realize, there's certain things that are outside of my control, and just worrying about it. I mean, I do good enough bringing all these problems on myself. 99% or 98% of the problems I have in life are of my own making. That one ostensibly is not of my own making, although if I hadn't gone sailing, she wouldn't have ran away. But I was sailing, and that's not a fault that that I am culpable of. But the cat just took off and gone, and I came back, and the cat was definitely gone. And I'm like, well, guys, that's it. The family cat is probably dead. Been gone for over a week now, and I'm just gonna have to face it. And so I go out last night on the porch, and I called her. Her name is Stella. I said, Stella, Stella, you know, see if I can hear. And I heard a meow, three meows, three meows. And I said, whoa, I just heard her. And my wife, Stephanie, said, you might have been hearing things. You might have wanted to hear her. Of course, that's the response we're always going to hear, right? People are going to say, well, that might have been just wishful thinking. Isn't that something? Now, here, this guy's, what is that? What on earth is that? It's a stack of them that appears to be for an ear. And that's not a pocket, that's sealed. Oh, wait. I know what it is. In Asia, a face mask is a big deal. Well, guess what? I just figured out what that's for. It's a face mask, and they wear them all over the place in Asia, because it's a culturally embedded thing. I thought it was going to be a culturally embedded thing here, but I think that is waning as time goes on, but I am not the one to really know that. I don't know the future. So anyway, boy, is that panel nice. I go outside and I heard meow, and my wife's like, "No, you probably just were wanting to hear that." And I'm like, maybe you're right. I'm maybe just overly optimistic to the point where who knows? Maybe I'm hearing things. And so Last night, I'm in bed. So we have a split there and a split there and a split there. And so, okay, four-wheel drive, two-speed transfer case, two high, four high, neutral, and four-wheel low. This is a five-speed. Nice. And so I get up this morning like 3:30 in the morning, and I'm like thinking, if I heard the cat, oh, that's depressed. That means it probably works. Let's see. Nice. Nice. And I like the underdog out of in life because I think I'm kind of an underdog. I'm not particularly skilled, and the fact that I'm able to make it in life is kind of surprising to me. And so I like underdogs, and that cat is kind of an underdog. And so I heard the cat meow. I thought I did 60,470 kilometers. So that's 37,000 miles. Very, oh, does the air work? Yes, that is cold. That is cold. So it got cold. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Isn't that something? And I go out this morning because I thought, if I really did hear, that's pretty. If I really did hear the cat, then maybe the cat is trapped and 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 heard me calling her and needed me to come to her aid and free her from underneath the log that rolled on her, or who knows? I don't know. Your mind goes and plays games on you. And I'm sitting there in bed at 3:30 in the morning thinking, what if she's trapped? I've got to get up and go free her, right? I still have like this 12-year-old imagination. And so this is a Daihatsu S210P 00867009. Let's go around the periphery of the windshield and look. And I go outside with my coffee. I brushed my teeth and dressed, and I was ready for action. Okay, so we have some pebble pecks here, and I had my flashlight. And I go outside and I start calling for the cat at 3:30 in the morning. Yes. Yes, now my sanity is going to be called into question. And what happens, guys? The cat comes running out, running up to me. And I was just absolutely stunned. Not an exaggeration. I was stunned. I looked and I'm like, Stella, you're alive. It was amazing. So there you go. I don't want to make more of it than it is, but I think I'm saying that it was amazing. All right. So we have a ding here. Not ding. Pebble peck, pebble peck, pebble peck, pebble peck. A ding and a pebble peck. So thank God the cat is alive. I'm so happy about that. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Scratched. Pebble pecks, pebble pecks. It- Actually, it looks like some Japanese chihuahua got a hold of that right there. All right. Scratch, scratch, dent. Darn it. Hmm. Oh, this is a jumbo. Guys, we never get jumbos. They're so hard to find. Wow. And it's a 210. It's an S210P. I have never seen an S210P jumbo. This is the first because we couldn't bring them in until recently. Nice. Look at that. Ooh. So that you still get the 6-foot bed, but the jumbo cab extends out. We have that nice rear window. And let's see if you still have, well, it doesn't matter on this truck. See, one nice thing about the S210P is you have additional leg room and belly room. But the seat does lean back farther because you have that extra space back there. You can see this one's leaned way back. Isn't that something? All right, wait, wait, wait. Let me not get out of order. Okay, beautiful. So that's why I'm in such a good mood. A good tire because the family cat was not dead after all. And I thought, well, boy, I feel really good about that. That really made my day. I mean, scratch, scratched. You see where the paint is worn off here? Oh, look at that. See, that is so cool. Jumbo. Man, oh man, this is one for the books right here. We do have a scratch almost all the way down the entire length of that. Scratch there, scratch there, scratch, 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 or dings. You can see they used the bed, but they didn't abuse it. It's not abused. This had a bed mat in it at some point because the condition of the bed itself is stunning. But the panels, you can see the tailgate primarily, but also the exterior has a scratch there and there. Now let's look under the bed. White, nice. The one thing about the Daihatsu that I kind of like is the engine is so far back. Look at that, guys. That is, I mean, to make a jumbo Daihatsu, which is Toyota, had to really do a lot of retooling to do that. That's a big deal. But it's nice because you've got a place that you can throw your stuff, right? There's more room back there. And they made the straps longer to hold the seat up. See, these straps here are so that you can lift the seat up and you hook that strap right there. You see that? That's what that strap is for. Let me show you. Arrgh. Oh, it's hard to do with one hand. But anyway, so that's what that strap is for. See, I was holding that. This is your windshield washer fluid. Oil. Look how far back the engine is on a Daihatsu. The front of the engine is right here. That is a mid-engine truck if there ever was one. More mid-engine than a Honda, and certainly a Subaru is rear engine. The Subaru is so rear engine, that is a nice door panel. The Subaru is so rear engine that if you back up into something, you will dent the engine cover before you dent the tailgate because the engine cover protrudes out further. That looks good. It protrudes out further than the than maintenance notes, service records. No, the engine cover protrudes out further than the tailgate. But um, guys, that's why I'm in such a good mood. Is the family pet has been found. Oh, look at these emulets. The seat is torn, 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 torn. Okay, we have. Let me turn that. Oh, I can't turn that. That is a 5-speed. It says air conditioning. Let's see if it works. Huh. So Justin made an exception here. 88, 668. So that's like 59,000 miles. He did that because it's a jumbo, and I would have done the same thing. And you can see that you also have huh, extra room up there too. Isn't that nice? Ooh, the air turned on. Boy, this is pretty. All except for the seat there. Now you can get that reupholstered if you want. It is a 5 speed. It has 56,000. Or no, actually, um, hold on. Um, I'd say that's 54,000 miles. I'm guessing, but take 88 6 um 88,668 times 0.621. The air conditioning is cold and it is a four-wheel drive. So you take 88,668 times 0.621 and that'll give you your miles. Nice. Nice truck. A little bit of evidence of use. Okay. Last and certainly not least is one of my favorites. I like these. Um, we're gonna see what's in there. Might be Japanese gold bullion. Well, well, what does that say? Does that say Infinity? Does it say Nissan or Mitsubishi? No, it says Toyota. This is a Toyota Light Ace. And the Light Ace is it's a bigger truck, bigger than a mini truck, as you can see. I mean, that bed is over 8 feet long. Over. And I don't mean half an inch over, it's quite a bit over. So you can see smaller, bigger. This is kind of like a 1992 Toyota Tacoma, maybe even a little longer. But it's a diesel. We only get diesels. Ooh, I see a disc brake in the front. And okay, we'll check all this out. Okay, wait. Let me do it the right way. We're going to go around the periphery here. We're going to go around the perimeter of the windshield. And look at that. We have a pebble peck and a couple of pebble pecks there. No real rust. We do have some oxidization right here. You can see some rust right there. That's about the size of a silver dollar. So the half of a silver dollar. Um, Other than that, it looks good around the windshield. Now, the hood, guys, that is ding free. And that's where the emblem used to be. That's the adhesive from the emblem. So, do we have the emblem? I don't know. We'll look in the glove box. That is a beautiful front bumper coming down the door pillar. Looks very good. And this is beautiful. Now, I do see what a nice looking wheel. Man, that's a beautiful wheel. Let's see what the size is. That's if that's a 14 or 15. If it's a 14, it'll be easy. That is a 14. Um, well, what size is that? Hmm. Where, oh, where is my tire size? Where, oh, where did she go? I can't find it. Oh, no, that's the DOT rating. Guys, I do not see. Oh, there it is. 155, 85, 15. That's a 15. Nice. It's very inconspicuous. So this looks good. Very nice. That's the fuel door. And this is the bedside panel. Guys, that looks incredible. I thought it would be rough. It looks beautiful. This is tape. Yeah, tape. Surface rust there. No cancer under there. Nice tire. Very nice tire. Nice tire there too. This is your foothold, so you can step up and into the bed. And so this has a wooden insert on the front. That's from the factory. So you unscrew these screws when you want to put in a new board. So that is a Japanese thing. Can we lift the bed mat? No, we cannot. It is permanently affixed. So we're going to look underneath here to see what it looks like underneath. See, a Townace and a Light Ace is a heavier duty truck. So they really, oh, it's wood. Nice. I like this. So now, when the bed finally, the real question is, what do the supports look like? That is nice. That I like the wooden beds, guys. I really do, and I'll tell you why. But let's take a look at this first. What do we have here? Okay, that's rust. That is rust right there. That is cancer. So that needs to be um, dealt with. Yep, that's got to be dealt with, guys. So that has rust right there on that support. Let's go look around the other side. Where was that? It's right there. So it's not that one there. It is that one, but it didn't really come through over here. Fortunately, that one looks good right there. And that one looks good there. So it's just one support that needs to have. Oh, wait a second. Wait something. That's not as bad as I thought. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is rust, but it could definitely be worse. So that can be cut out. This is wood, so that's not a problem. But that piece can be cut out and replaced. So that's nice. That's good. I'm not happy to see rust, but I want to be um, forthright with the customer so that there are no surprises. That is more important than anything. So that's the recipe for good business. So there you go. I think I've disclosed that accurately. Now, let's see what's in here. Nothing. Oh, wow. Nice little, nice little box for, miscellaneous stuff, and it's secure. Guys, the tailgate is beautiful. No dings, no dents. That I'm going to call that 1,000 kilograms, which would be 2,200 pounds. So we'll call it 2,100 pounds. That's the capacity of this bed. We do have a smattering of tiny, tiny dings, and I mean tiny. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them, but you know, like 8 or 10 dings, very small dings. Nice. Look at what they did here. They put a bar here so that the mud flaps don't fly up. Nice looking plastic on the taillights. Nice. Now let's look under here. This support and under here looks good. The frame is good. So we're only talking about the support for the bed, not the frame of the truck. I think I should clarify that. So that support is good on this side. Um, that support is good on this side of the truck. Yeah, and that one is too. So it is one area about 10 inches long that should be cut off and replaced. Huh, I wonder what this is. If this is Japanese gold bullion under here, it's like a fake bottom. Like there's something underneath here. Maybe they've got gold coins under here. Ah, boy, I hope customs isn't watching this. Ah, nothing. Oh well. Even if customs was watching it, it wouldn't matter because they'd say, "Ah, you did not declare that gold bullion. You must pay 35% tariff." Our tariffs went up. We pay higher tariffs on mini trucks now. All right, so four-wheel drive. Very good to see that. And the door is ding free. Now we do have some surface rust right there. That is your air filter under there. Beautiful. Let's open the door. Oh, let's look in the wheel housing. Boy, oh boy, what a long video. We had that looks good under there. We had a lot of trucks. That's why. And I'm doing a very thorough, you know, um, assessment of our inventory. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, under here, you can't really get underneath because the mat is a little more permanently affixed. Whoa. I don't know what wow. AC. This came with AC. Whoa, let's check this out. We need to look at this. Whoa, look at that. Nice. Arr, wow. Drink holder. Umbrella? Oh, look at that Japanese umbrella. I guarantee you that's not made in China. Japanese do not like to buy things made in China. That is a thing. The Japanese and the Chinese do not have a pleasant um kumbaya kind of history. Okay, so this is the battery cover. The battery is over there. It was on the previous generation, Townace and Lightace. Townace and Lightace are basically the exact same thing. It's just the placement of the rear axle is about 8 inches different on the Townace than it is the Lightace. Okay, other than that, they are identical. Ah, oh, I've got stuff behind the seat, so I can't move it back further. Okay, now this is your gear shifter, 1 through 5 in reverse. Now we want to let it warm up. That's your glow plug right there. It just went off. I'm going to do it again. Just went off. Nice. Listen to that. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I don't know if you could hear that either, but I don't know what it said anyway. Okay, so that's in gear. Now it's in neutral, so I can let go of the clutch. But look at that. That's where this truck was. I wonder if that's a touchscreen. Yes, it is. Well, I better not get too. That looks like an airport. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a pilot, so I got my private pilot's license. Oh, I'm messing around too much. Okay, air conditioning. Doubt it works. It's very unlikely. Let's see. How would you? Oh, it does work. Unbelievable. A four-wheel drive diesel town. Unreal. A four-wheel drive diesel Townace with air conditioning. How about that? And I really like the fans. That is very Japanese-esque. And we've got one over here too, guys. Just so that the driver doesn't feel left out. Isn't that something? What does that say? Girls meeting? Girls meeting. Huh. I don't know what that's. Oh, I love Korea. Kanazawa. Girls meeting. Kanazawa Motenashi Don. I have a feeling this is the place where Okay. So 119816. So that is 61,000 plus 12,000 is 83,000. We're going to call it 83,500 miles. 83 84,000. 84,000 miles. And yes, the air works. And boy, that diesel sounds good, guys. Ooh. I doubt you can hear it because of the noise cancellation on my AirPods. But guys, this is one heck of a way to finish up is to get in a Toyota. Um, it's probably saying be sure you fasten your seatbelts. Um, but this is the way to finish a video. Guys, that concludes our video of one, two, three, four, five, six vehicles. None of them were unicorns, but I think one of them was really close. Um, we have a jumbo four-wheel drive Daihatsu Hijet Dumbo S210P. That's the first new generation jumbo four-wheel drive we've ever had, and a Toyota Light Ace diesel with 84,000 miles, which is great for a diesel engine. These things go forever. I mean, a diesel engine like that, it's a four-cylinder, naturally aspirated Toyota diesel engine. Let me spend a moment on that. Um, so, well, how do we get to the engine? It's on the other side. But guys, this is a really different, um, a different vehicle from a mini truck. This has a capacity in the bed of 2,000 pounds. Boom, right there. That that's the advertised capacity. So it's an amazing vehicle. Guys, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I apologize for making the video so lengthy, but I really want to do a good job. And I tried to keep going as I told my stories. Um, and I hope you don't mind my stories. I try not to get too far down the rabbit trail, although I feel like I fail miserably at that endeavor. And I go down the rabbit trails nonetheless. And but that light ace is nice, and that jumbo is pretty nice too. And but please subscribe to our channel, and thank you for getting us over 10,000 subscribers, guys. You did it. Thank you. We did it. We did it. I provided the content and you were interested. So thank you for getting us to 10K. So and I'm just going to be happy about that and stick with that. And please hit the thumbs up if you like the content and hit notification. That's also pretty important because if you are looking for something that like say you're looking for a light ace diesel, right? I mean that's going to be gone, and that won't last. We got to fix underneath, but that 10-inch spot or 8, however long it was. But once you do that, that's going to be a super nice vehicle. And then if you say, "Hey, I'm looking for this vehicle," hit notification because then you'll be notified when we post a video. And then you can say, "Oh, they just posted a video. Let me check it out." And you see the picture and you say, "Oh, hey, a light ace. Let me check this out." And then if you like it, you can call Justin at 336-970-3885 or Tony at 336-777-9957 unless I am out on the boat and I am about to go sailing. I mean go sailing. And because I like to I like to strategically enter the unknown. That's my character. And I'm gonna go strategically enter the voyage. And anyway, not to get off on another rabbit trail, but call Justin if you'd like. 336-970-3885. Our website is mayberryminitrucks.com. Our email address is sales@mayberryminitrucks.com. And guys, I appreciate you watching our video, and also thank you again for subscribing to our channel.